See, people don't understand that ultimately your sadhana leads you to silence. Remember that. Sadhana, which means your spiritual practice of knowledge, reflection, listening to masters, it leads you to silence. But silence cannot lead you to silence. You can't start off with silence and then that will lead you to silence. It can never happen that way. Everybody wants to be quiet. Everybody wants to be silent. Everybody wants to have peace in their life. So therefore, spiritual practice means dhyan karo, meditate, do meditation. How can a disturbed mind be forced into being silent? It doesn't make any sense. See, do you know what happened to Lord Buddha? See, that's what happened to Lord Buddha. See, Lord Buddha, one day, when he was meditating, he chanced upon a group of sadhus who were deep into meditation. They were deep into meditation. And these sadhus, there were four or five of them, they did not accept any person from outside because they were very, very strict with themselves. Deep penance. They will not talk to anybody, just meditating. Only when they got hungry, they ate. Probably one meal a day. And Buddha said that, what are you all doing? He said, we are looking for God consciousness. We are looking for self-realization. So Buddha said, can I join you? He said, no, you can't. You have to be very strict. If you're only if you're disciplined, can you join us? So he said, I'll be disciplined. And Buddha joined. So they were into meditation. Just sat down like this. Constant meditation. Constant. On months and months. Years on years. And when they got hungry, they used to meditate on a hill and they used to come down to the banks of the river. And when they used to come down to the banks of the river, there used to be these villagers who used to pass. And these villagers used to offer them food. So these sadhus were so strict, they were so obstinate. They will not even take the food from the hand of the villager. They'll tell the villagers, keep it here and go. So one day, Buddha and these sadhus, so Buddha he extricated himself from the group and he was sitting on the banks of the river. They just finished their sadhana and they were just sitting. And he was looking at the river and this young girl was passing and she offered Buddha food. He said, please Maharaj, out of reverence, out of devotion. He said, please Maharaj, can I give you some food? Buddha was about to take it. The sadhus from there said, Buddha, you're not supposed to. Don't touch her. You're not supposed to take any food from her. So he said, oh, I'm so sorry. And that that girl's heart broke. So I was only offering food and she went away. So this kept on happening for months and months. One day, these sadhus were meditating. Buddha said, there is something which is amiss. There is something which I'm doing here is not right. So he came down from the hill, from the mountain. He came down and he sat down on the banks. When he sat down on the banks, that's the time there was a boat which was going. In the boat, there was a boat which was ferried by a boatman. And there were about few people sitting there. And the boatman was ferrying them from one place to another. So in that, there was a man who was playing an instrument. Imagine an instrument with strings in it, almost like, not like a guitar, not like a harmonium, not harmonium. What is that? Sitar, not even sitar. It was like that, old
Mandolin.
instrument. Sorry? Mandolin, something like a mandolin. It's not exactly a mandolin, but something like
It's a harp. Is it a harp?
Like a harp. Again, it's not like a harp. It's like a harp. So when he was playing that music, the musician constantly kept on saying, if you pull the strings too hard, the strings will snap. If you pull the strings too hard, the strings will snap. If you don't pull it at all, there'll be no music. If you pull the strings too hard, it'll snap, it'll break. If you don't pull it at all, there'll be no sound. So mildly, to create sound, mildly plow your fingers through them. This Buddha heard. And immediately it struck him that, my God, what am I doing? I am pulling the strings too hard. I'm too harsh upon myself. I'm meditating too harsh. I'm being stringent. And at the same time, I should not have any tamas. So what should I do? That's the time, the concept, the famous concept of Lord Buddha. What is the famous concept of Lord Buddha? The middle path. The middle path was born. At that time, he is struck with that concept just by that musician. If you pull the strings too hard, the strings will snap. If you don't pull it at all, it won't create any music. So if you want to create music, you've got to just pull it right. Just pull it rightly. And that time onwards, Buddha was a different man because he got the direction of the middle path. And as he was sitting there, that young girl was passing again. And this time, the young girl was hesitant to offer something to Buddha because she had food. But Buddha said, I know you want to offer me something, right? She said, yes. He said, sit down, my child, sit down. She sat down next to him and he took the food from her hand. He started eating. Suddenly, one of the sadhus spotted Buddha from top. He said, Buddha, what are you doing? You have become mundane. He didn't look back. He didn't look back at them. And they left Buddha and they went. And Buddha became Buddha because he followed the middle path. That's the story of the middle path. So either you're too strict or you're too relaxed. Sunday morning, relax. Then someone asks you, madam, then you'll wake up, you ask your person, someone, wake me up. Monday morning, I have a lot of work, relax. Permanent, you're relaxed. See, it tickles me so much. There was a concept of breakfast in bed. What is breakfast in bed? Chai in bed. You do the moment you wake up, someone has to get you chai, and you're sitting down only and you're making chai. And then breakfast in bed. You're permanently in bed. You know what tickles me now? It's, human beings are mad. They don't understand what madness is. Now I see pictures. Fortunately, I'm not on any grams, on any Twitters and chitters. And suddenly I see one actress, whoever that person is, and she's in a swimsuit. And there's a huge floating tray in the pool. And that breakfast is also floating. She's swimming and the breakfast is also swimming with her. Is she mad? How can they allow? By mistake, she'll put the whole coffee in the pool. See this young boy, Preeti son. Will you swim in that pool? He won't swim. Mama, this pool is not a pool. It's a coffee pool. Breakfast basket in the pool. Strawberry jam if she wants to eat. Suppose if she falls, strawberry jam in the pool. Mad people, There's no middle path. Breakfast. So either you're too strict, or either you're too prim and proper. Everything has to be prim and proper, Your hair, your this, your that, the way you dress up, your nails, your this. Otherwise, you're not nothing. There used to be a boy, not now, almost about 20 years back. He used to come for prayer in his pajamas. He caught him one day. He said, come here. I said, you're coming for prayer in your pajamas? Are you off? No, but what is there? We are living a spiritual life. This is not spiritual. This is totally unspiritual. Go inside, change and come properly. Pajamas. There is no maryada. So, learn to have the middle path. Either you stay away from money or you indulge from money. There's no middle path. Either you are exercising too much. Even when you're talking nowadays, you can't even listen to people who are talking. When you're talking, hey Guruji, how are you? I'm listening to you while I'm jogging, while I'm cycling. Hey, Baba, don't move. When you're talking, I am getting giddy. Either all the time you're exercising. The moment you eat, I don't know how much. I need to do abs all the time. Or you are not exercising at all. Where's that Mridul? He's not there. I was going to talk about the middle path. He ran away. Fatty. He's coming to meet me tomorrow. I said, don't meet me if you've not lost 10 kilos. No, sir, Guruji, I have to come and meet you. I said, I can't meet you. You'll be outside, I'll be inside. Doesn't matter. I just want to see you. So he's coming tomorrow all the way. Emotions. Either you're too emotional or you don't have emotions at all. Anything anyone says, Preeti. Suppose the boy says, Preeti, what's the time? Why do you show the camera? Oh, sir, I'm so sorry. Start crying. Why are you so emotional? Huh? Or you have no emotions at all. Don't. I have no emotions for such things. Meghna, I have no emotions for such things. Suppose if your husband says, Are, you must just listen to Prayagji once, if you tell your husband. Oh, don't tell me about any Prayagji, this Ji, that Ji. They're all crooks of the first order. The Swamis are all crooks. You have also got attached to another crook. No, he won't saying that. I'm just saying. The other side. Learn to follow the middle path. So the gurus are there. The teachers are supposed to be helping you follow that middle path. Huh? Don't give me chocolate. I will not eat chocolate. Or 24/7 you're eating chocolate. Mind is lost itself. I know a person. Coffee. I said, how much coffee you will drink? Drink, yeah? Huh? Your breath is smelling of coffee. When you're sneezing, I'm smelling coffee. Huh? Coffee, how much coffee will you drink? When I'm next to that person also, I smell coffee. How much? Coffee. 16 cups of coffee per day. 16 cups. What is that? Nespresso.
Very good.
Very good. See, I told you, another person. Very good. You put the pod, and you put that, you press a thing that comes down, and you go and drink it. And this way, you can't even put that. The mug is so uncomfortable. My finger doesn't go inside. Hold it like that. So funny. Coffee. So again, no middle path. Intellectually, either you read, collapse. Anytime you're reading. When you're eating, you're reading. When you're thinking, you're reading. When you're cycling, you're reading. Everything you're reading. Or you don't read at all. No middle path. So in life, if you need to be successful, so what is the middle path? The middle path is an evaluation by your intellect into your mind's activity. The mind has two extremes. Either it's this pole, North Pole, or South Pole. Or if it's not South Pole or North Pole, it is bipolar. You understand? So the mind has its activities. You need to control the mind so that the mind stays on the right path.